It's 2 a.m. You've been working on this thing for months, maybe years, and tonight, staring at your phone, at your bank account, at the rejection email, at the scale that hasn't moved, at the project that still isn't working, tonight, you're done. Not, I need a break done. I'm actually quitting done. You're going to delete it. Throw it away. Tell everyone you're focusing on other things. Go back to the safe job. Stop trying. Stop hoping, because hoping hurts, and you're tired of hurting. Here's what you don't know. You're probably 3 days away from the breakthrough. Not 3 months, not 3 years, 3 days. But you'll never know, because you're going to quit tomorrow. And that's the tragedy I need to talk to you about. Don't skip ahead. Don't scroll the comments. Don't check your phone. Because if you're thinking about quitting something right now, and you know you are, this is the most important 15 minutes you'll watch this year. Hit subscribe, because you need to hear this. Drop a comment right now. What are you on the verge of quitting? Be honest. Just name it, because naming it is the first step to not giving up on it. Let's talk about Ganbaru. Let me tell you about Sarah. Not a CEO, not an influencer, just a regular person with a dream that wasn't working out. Sarah wanted to be a writer, had wanted it since she was 12. English major in college, wrote every morning before work, submitted stories to magazines, applied to contests, query letters to agents. For 6 years. 6 years of thank you for your submission, but this isn't right for us. 6 years of friends asking, are you still doing that writing thing? With that tone, you know the tone. 6 years of her parents saying, maybe writing could be a hobby. Translation, get a real career. Year 6, month 8, Sarah had 47 rejections that year alone. On rejection 47, she sat at her desk and wrote an email to her writing group. I'm out. This isn't happening. I gave it my best shot. Time to be realistic. She didn't send it that night. She was too tired. Went to bed. The next morning, literally the next morning, she got an email. A literary agent she'd queried 4 months ago. She'd forgotten about it. I finally got to your manuscript. I'm obsessed. Can we talk? That agent sold her book 3 months later. It didn't become a bestseller. It sold okay. But Sarah's a published author now, working on her 3rd book, making a living writing. All because she didn't send that email, because she went to bed instead of quitting that night. Now here's the question I need you to sit with. How many times have you quit 1 day before the breakthrough? How many projects did you abandon in month 5 that would have worked in month 6? How many relationships did you walk away from right before they got good? How many workouts did you skip that would have been the one where you finally felt strong? You don't know. You can't know because you quit. And here's the brutal part. The universe doesn't send you a notification saying, 3 more days, hang on, 3 more days. The breakthrough doesn't announce itself. It just shows up, usually right after the moment you were absolutely certain it would never come. That's not inspirational bullshit. That's pattern recognition. Talk to anyone who succeeded at anything hard, and they'll tell you the same story. I almost quit, like actually almost quit, and then something shifted. Every single time. In Japan, there's a word, Ganbaru. It means to persist, to endure, to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. But it's deeper than that. Ganbaru isn't about being superhuman. It's not about never giving up like some motivational poster. It's about something more honest. I'm exhausted. I'm scared. I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to show up tomorrow anyway. That's Ganbaru. Here's what Ganbaru looks like in real life. It's the guy who's been job hunting for 8 months, sends out application 127 knowing 126 were rejections, sends it anyway. It's the woman trying to lose weight who's been at the same number for 6 weeks, steps on the scale, gets disappointed, goes to the gym anyway. It's the entrepreneur whose product isn't selling, month 11 of losing money, opens the laptop, works on it anyway. It's not heroic, it's just stubborn. And here's what nobody tells you about Ganbaru. It's not about believing it will work. It's about showing up even when you don't believe. Because belief is a luxury. Belief comes and goes. Some days you have it, most days you don't. But Ganbaru doesn't require belief. It just requires showing up. Let me give you a framework, because you need something concrete to hold on to. The 3-day rule. When you want to quit, really want to quit, tell yourself, I'll decide in 3 days. Not, I'll keep going forever. Not, I'll never give up. Just 3 more days. Day 1, you wake up wanting to quit. You don't. You do the thing anyway. It sucks. You go to bed. Day 2, still want to quit. Still don't. Do the thing. It still sucks. You go to bed. Day 3, check in. Still want to quit? If yes, 3 more days. If no, keep going. Here's what's wild. Most of the time, by day 3, something changes. Not always the external situation. Sometimes that's still broken. But you change. Your emotional state shifts. The despair lifts a little. You remember why you started, and you realize you can do 3 more days. So you do 3 more days, and 3 more after that. And before you know it, you've done 90 days, 6 months, a year. Not because you were strong, because you were too stubborn to decide today. Okay, real talk, because I need you to understand this. The moment you most want to quit is usually the moment right before things change. And there's a reason for that. It's not mystical, it's not the universe testing you. It's psychology. When you start something new, a business, a skill, a transformation, your brain makes predictions. If I do X for Y amount of time, I should see Z results. And when those results don't show up on your timeline, your brain panics. It says, this isn't working, we're wasting resources, we need to quit and try something else. That panic, that's what wanting to quit feels like. But here's what your brain doesn't know. Progress isn't linear, it's exponential. Linear means you put in effort, you get results. Day 1 equals 1 unit of progress. Day 30 equals 30 units of progress. Exponential means you put in effort, nothing happens, then nothing, then nothing, then everything happens at once. Day 1 through 29 looks like 0 progress. Day 30, suddenly all of it pays off. Think about it. You make YouTube videos for 6 months, 47 subscribers. Then video 23 gets 2,000 views. You're an overnight success. You work out for 8 weeks, the scale doesn't move. Week 9, you lose 5 pounds in 1 week because your body finally adapted. You pitch clients for 4 months and get all no's. In month 5, you get 3 yeses in 1 week because the pipeline finally filled. The breakthrough doesn't come when you expect it. It comes when you've paid enough dues that the system finally tips in your favor. But you can't see that tipping point approaching. All you see is, I've been doing this forever and nothing's happening. So you quit, 1 day before the tip. Here's the tragedy. You'll never know how close you were. Sarah, with her 47 rejections, she'll never know if rejection 48 would have been the yes. But she knows rejection 47 was the last no before the first yes. What if she'd quit at 46? She'll never know. She'll just think, I tried, it didn't work, not meant to be. And she'd be wrong. Now, I hear you, because you're thinking, but what if I'm not Sarah? What if I'm on my 147th rejection? What if this actually isn't working? Fair question, and I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes you should quit. Not everything is meant to work. Not every dream is realistic. Not every path leads somewhere. So here's the real question you need to ask. Am I quitting because it's not working or because it's hard? If you're quitting because you genuinely don't want it anymore, quit. That's fine. Priorities change, life changes. That's not failure.
But if you're quitting because you're tired, scared, disappointed, or it's taking longer than you thought, that's not a reason to quit. That's a reason to rest. There's a difference between quitting and resting. Quitting is, I'm done. I'm never touching this again. I'm moving on. Resting is, I need a break. I'm exhausted. I'll come back to this when I'm ready. Most people quit when they should rest. Here's the test. Close your eyes. Imagine it's 5 years from now. You didn't do this thing. You quit. How do you feel? Relieved? Then quit. It's not your thing. Regretful? Then rest. Then come back. Because that regret is telling you this matters to you. Look, I can't tell you whether your specific thing is going to work out. Sarah's book sold, but there are writers who got 200 rejections and never sold a book. There are entrepreneurs who pushed through year 3 and made it.
And others who pushed through year 5 and failed. I can't promise you success if you don't give up, but I can promise you this. You will 100% fail if you do give up. 0% chance if you quit. Unknown % chance if you keep going. Those are your odds. So here's what I need you to do. That thing you're about to quit, the thing you named in the comments a few minutes ago, don't decide today. Use the 3-day rule. 3 more days. That's all. Not forever, not until you succeed, just 3 days. Day 1, show up. Do the thing, even if it sucks. Day 2, show up again. Feeling doesn't matter. Just show up. Day 3, check in. Still want to quit? If yes, 3 more days. If no, keep going. Here's why this works. You're not asking yourself to be strong forever. You're asking yourself to be strong for 72 hours. Anyone can do 72 hours. And by removing the pressure of I have to keep going forever, you remove the weight that makes you want to quit. You're just committing to 3 days, and then 3 more, and then 3 more. Ganbaru doesn't mean be superhuman. It means show up when you don't want to. It means do the thing even when you don't believe it will work. It means keep going because quitting is permanent and trying again isn't. So here's my challenge to you. Whatever you're on the verge of quitting, give it 3 more days, just 3. Then come back to this video and comment day 3 done. I'll be checking. And if you need another 3 days after that, I'll tell you to take another 3. Because here's the truth. You're probably 3 days away from the moment everything changes. But you'll never know if you quit today. So don't quit today. Quit in 3 days if you still want to. But I bet you won't want to anymore. Ganbaru. Keep going. I'll see you in 3 days.